Well, yeah, I think Justin Herbert, being able to watch him his senior season, I mean, covering the Pac-12 and seeing how he just totally dismantled USC during the season, and then he had some great wins with the Pac-12 championship game against Utah, and then watching him in the Rose Bowl and the nail biter there, seeing how he maintained his poise, and I think that's one thing to me that kind of stood out to the Chargers. What things do you think stood out to Tom Telesco on the Chargers about drafting a kid like Justin Herbert?
Yeah, that's definitely one of them poise. Tom Telesco kept saying sometimes these quarterbacks get rattled and they have a bad play in the first quarter and they don't recover. But to them, Justin Herbert is a guy who recovers. He does pretty well, carries the team on his back. I know for Herbert, in the leading up to the process, a lot of people focus on some of the bad games. I think that the Pac-12 championship game against Arizona State, people said that he didn't do enough to win there. But he started 42 games in 4 seasons for Oregon, and some of those teams weren't that good. And he did a lot in those 4 years. I know there's times where he was a little inconsistent, but when you play 4 years of college football, you're going to have some bad moments. But besides the poise and kind of just being a guy who will carry a team, I think they really liked his leadership, how smart he was, and how people kept saying that he's too quiet of a guy. He's not an alpha male, to use a term that people have been throwing out there. He's not a guy that people will rally around. But when we spoke to him on a Zoom chat, he seemed very confident, very outgoing, had answers for everything, a smart guy. He's ready for everything. So I think when you have a guy who's always working and just ready for any type of thing, a guy's kind of gravitate towards that. So being a leader, the poise, just a 4.0 student athlete, all those things, I think that those all qualify for leadership and to be a quarterback in the NFL.
Well,